Hi, Purav. Wow.
Charu Sharma in the house. Today is
You
my
are
lucky day. It's my lucky day. I've got the voice of Indian sport with me, one of my heroes, one of the people. I actually took up TV for you, Charu, after I got to know you a little bit better. And then
Give me another
and
one.
then I started this. But basically today, Charu, it's all about you. It's 30 questions, 30 minutes. I won't take too much more of your time.
I'm going to take 10 seconds here to say the way you look, it's all about you, not me. I'm an extra today.
This is, I'm handing over to my mentor today. You're the one in charge. You're the guy who's going to take over. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me and for being such a good friend.
Yeah, your only fault is that you're too generous, Mr. Raja.
Thanks so much, Charu. So the only thing that changes today is that you get to answer in very small syllables. So I need to hear, I'm going to test you. I'm going to try and quiz you in different ways.
I mean, there are two sides to me. I can be pretty brief too, on occasion.
Let's see the brief side of Charu Sharma today. Nobody's seen that. Let's see the real side of him. Okay, Charu, thanks so much for doing this. Thank you so much. Welcome to Chai with Raja. It's a pleasure and honor to have you on. Are you ready?
Absolutely. I'm missing my cup of tea though. You owe me that.
A cup of tea on me next time. Charu, your first question. Obviously, here we go. Welcome to Chai with Raja. It's IPL season, obviously, so let's talk cricket. The talk of the town is that Steve Smith has been dropped from the 2020 World Cup team in America this year in the 2020 World Cup. In a few words, do you think Hardik Pandya should also have been dropped from the World Cup lineup, given his form and given his recent, lack of injury and, the way he's come about?
Simple answer, yes. Complicated answer that all teams are looking for fast.
Simple answer. Yeah.
All right.
Should he have been dropped?
I said yes.
Oh, wow.
However,
Charu Sharma. Yes, Charu Sharma.
But yours for short answers. But allow me 10 more seconds to say
sure.
why was he in? Is he in the team? Because each team is still looking, because there's no impact sub in the T20 World Cup. So each team still has space for a valuable fast bowling all-rounder. So he needs to now chip in with the ball and with the bat. And he is a class player. It's just that he's going through a bad phase right now, and people are exacerbating that bad phase because of his new captaincy and the whole controversy at MI. But of course, he's a quality player. It's just that he's not in good form right now.
Charu Sharma. So you give me this answer, and then you go around, and then you come about, and then you make it sound all good. That's why you're class. Okay. In the TV world, obviously, you're the king of sophistication. So many years you've done this. Have you got all your suits made from the same place in all these years?
Are you kidding? This is a really long story, but the simple answer, no. Because initially, I didn't focus on my clothes at all. I said, just wear something and get on. And then I started noticing that people are noticing, saying, what are you wearing? What about this? What about that? And I said, oh my God, people are watching what you wear. I always thought, and therefore, what I have to say. Finally, a couple of designers from Bangalore got in touch with me saying, what are you wearing? For heaven's sake, So they
you went up in the world.
A little bit. And I must confess, Louis Philippe looked after me for quite a few years. They said, come take whatever you want. And that was a big help, because all of a sudden I had more clothes than I wanted. So people have helped. But no, I realized my life that it really does matter what you wear. Not that I'm wearing something like you today. You've obviously taken everything over.
It's the overall, Pete. It's the last 30 years. I'm the newbie. You're the one who's you've taught me all these things.
No, Purav. I must quickly also mention a story where I had a certain tie that I used to wear. It was sort of a yellow tie with blue flowers, a blue tie with yellow flowers. Beautiful tie. I used to wear it every once in a while. And I found people coming up, and this was, I think, the late 90s, early 2000s, saying, I really like the tie that you wear, the blue one with the... I said, oh my goodness, what do people notice? But...
we won't go too much further into that. Right. Okay, so third question. You're one of the most prominent voices of Indian sport, obviously, over the last few years, and that's the truth. Is that how you want to be remembered in your legacy? Is that something that you want to be remembered by, that you were a prominent voice of Indian sport?
Well, it's a wonderful line. And, I allow some introductions that people, offer me as the voice of Indian sport. I feel really nice and puffed up. But, it's a little, in all humility, I think it's nice when people appreciate the quality of your work rather than extraneous factors. So yeah, but by being the voice of Indian sport, if it's seen symbolically as somebody who knows a lot about Indian sport and has been allowed the opportunity to talk, I accept that very humbly. But I think the quality of voice is something that, I mean, that's a little literal translation.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the key.
So
It's
you're
nice
more quality oriented. You don't really care what you want to be known for, great work rather than knowing for your actual work.
Thank you. I couldn't have put it better.
The fourth question: which Indian Bollywood star, in your opinion, has the best command of the English language? I need one answer.
Well, I don't know all the Bollywood stars, but I do
No,
think
I know. What, in your opinion?
fair enough. But I might even sound biased because, of course, he has a team in our league. But I think Abhishek Bachchan is very well spoken.
Wow. Yeah. So you know him pretty well then.
Yes. And his father's equally well spoken.
Yeah. I'm not very well versed in that world, but I'm sure you are. So that's a great answer, Charu. Fifth question: hypothetically, would you rather find true love and be poor, or be single and rich forever?
Oh gosh, true love and poor. For sure. I mean,
wow! Look at this romantic.
I'll tell you why. Because you can't be rich enough. So you're always pining for something or the other. You might as well find love and enjoy it. And what is love all about? If it's related to materialism, then it's not love anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Look at you being the romantic. Wow, this is the new side I wanted to see. Nobody's seen this.
No, but you're not noticing the key here. The key is being poor. I've always been poor, so it's okay. I know what it is being poor. I'm not the Raja. I'm looking at the Raja.
A lot of people will disagree with you, but I'll leave that for a later conversation. I mean, the questions are coming. There's only the fifth one, so you have a long way to go. And I know a little bit.
You don't see me going around in my big Mercedes like the Purav does.
After playing a key role, obviously, in the making of the original Bangalore Royal Challengers IPL team and being an integral part of making it, if the Mumbai Indians team asked you to revamp their team for the 2025 season, would you say yes or no?
I had such a, you've touched a raw nerve, Purav. Don't do that, because I haven't gotten over what happened to me in that first season of the IPL with Bangalore, and it's left behind such bitter memories, dark memories, that it's a very bad phase of my life. Just that 6-month period, and I do think that by now the owners have quietened down a bit and they take a little bit of victory and loss with the same equanimity.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't think the owners still fully understand that teams will lose on occasion. So I don't want to be related to any team because there's still too much, or should I say, there's still very little understanding of the world of sport where you win some and lose some. And you are not in control of the situation because the people out in the field are doing what they're doing. As a
Take the Mumbai job? Take the Mumbai job or leave?
No.
You've left it.
No.
He's left.
I love my life too much.
He's left the Mumbai Indians job.
Yeah, and remember, I'm poor, so I don't need that.
That's one way to move up in the world. I was thinking that this is your chance to get back to to cricket and to giving back to your. I mean, one bad thing doesn't mean that you have to stop. You can keep it going. You can, good things happen.
Not management. I don't mind owning a team, which I can't.
You can. You can,
not
obviously.
Management.
Fine, I'll move on. Okay, due to a health issue with obviously Hugo Edmeades, you were requested to save the day. One of your savior moments was the IPL auction. Given your business expertise too, did you enjoy being an auctioneer more than an anchor?
Well, being an auctioneer is a very, very simple job. So did I enjoy it? Yeah, it's easy peasy. But being a presenter is a far more difficult job, requiring much more expertise, much more knowledge of the camera, and many other angles and facets to being a good presenter. So being a good presenter is far more difficult. Being a good auctioneer easy. Did I enjoy that role? Of course I did, even though, as you mentioned, it was because of medical reasons. But I would certainly be like to be known as a professional, competent presenter rather than a mere auctioneer, because that is relatively easy. You know, there's so many other people doing all the hard work for you.
Fair enough, sir. I'll take that. That's a smart, great answer, as usual. I keep saying great answer, but I have to get used to it. You know, I keep saying the same thing. But would you be more proud if Jana Gana Mana was played after we won the Cricket World Cup in 2025, or if we stand and represent as a nation in the main Football World Cup in 2026?
Well, are you going to make me wait till 2089 before we get to the World Cup of football?
Or 2089? Where would you be more proud? If we win the Cricket
correct
World
answer,
Cup?
the right answer, and I mean it, is that every time the national anthem is played, my heart swells with pride. So it doesn't matter where and when. But obviously, if it's played in an arena which India is not known for, then you feel so much more proud that Neeraj Chopra goes and wins a gold medal at the Olympics and the national anthem's played. That's rare and that's beautiful.
And I tell everyone this, Charu, I strongly believe that when India plays in a football main World Cup, that Jana Gana Mana will be the most special we have had. Because I think that's the one that we've been missing. Wimbledon singles champion, of course, but I think the footballing World Cup those are the two big things I would like to see. But obviously you've seen a lot more, so you obviously have more.
Well, listen, I love football like all of you guys do, but it's not going to happen in my lifetime. I hope it happens in yours.
Okay. Every strong leadership, Charu, tends to have a powerful spokesperson with great command of the English language. Have you ever considered joining hands with a political party?
The right side of my head? Do you think it needs a hole? Do you think it needs a hole in the head? Absolutely not. No. I will admit, it's nice to be politically active because you can do so much more for people in your country and in your area and your constituency. But I just think that the world of politics in India is difficult and dangerous. So I don't know if you remember Amitabh Bachchan's famous line when he left politics. And if you don't,
No,
I'll repeat it for you. I mean,
yeah.
I don't mean any disrespect to the world of politics as such, but Amitabh Bachchan, after very famously winning a Lok Sabha seat, did eventually let go of it, saying it's a cesspool.
Moving on, Charu. One thing India can do better.
Oh, reduce our by now somewhat acceptable, easily handled, laissez-faire attitude towards corruption.
Wow. Wow. Look at this educated soul just coming in with the corruption angle now. Wow. This is knowledge, huh, Charu? You're giving me real wisdom. You've done these kind of interviews before or what?
Well, I mean, not with the guy who looks like you do. No, but
Reduce
it's
corruption.
It's central to so many ills in India. And it's so difficult to get rid of because we kind of accept it as a part of life. I could name 500 things. And of course, one just says what is on the top of one's mind at that point of time. And I really would like our country to reduce its corruption everywhere, anywhere, all the time.
I want you to name your top 5 cricketers in order of greatness. Virat, Sachin, Gavaskar, Yuvraj, and Sehwag. 1 to 5 of your order of greatness.
Well, thanks for choosing them for me, for heaven's sake. What about my favorite?
I chose the 5. I said in that order. Maybe they're like 2, 5, 6, 8, whatever they are. In those 5, can you name me the order?
Well, repeat them again for me. I know right at the top, Sachin. Then
okay, Sunil, Virat, Sunil Gavaskar, Virat Kohli, Yuvraj Singh, Virendra Sehwag.
So unfortunately, Yuvraj will have to be at the bottom. Sehwag just above him.
Okay.
There's Sachin at the top. And I would say Sunil and Virat. Sachin, Sunil, Virat, Sehwag, Yuvraj.
Wow, I got the answer I wanted. Okay, here we go. What type of cereal do you put? What type of milk do you put in your cereal?
I like what's called full body or full whatever milk.
Full normal milk. Like not
No
this
moment.
fancy oat
No, not
and
skimmed and dimmed and limmed and mimmed.
one country you have been to, Charu, and would encourage everyone to visit.
Japan.
Wow, there you go. There you go. Well-traveled man. Your favorite vegetable on the plate and your favorite drink at a restaurant.
This is going to sound crazy simple, but
Aloo.
well, is it a vegetable at all? It's a tuber. So watch
Okay,
it.
go,
Um,
go.
I don't know. Okra, cauliflower. Take your pick.
Hindi. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And your drink at a bar, at a restaurant.
If I don't look like Purav Raja, and I'm not Purav Raja, so I only one standard drink wherever I go. Unlike Phantom, I don't ask for milk, but it's just fresh lime water because I don't drink Purav.
Oh wow, fresh lime water everywhere you go, and bindi.
And I say, sweet come, salt zada.
Right now, coming back from the UAE, would you choose to have a golfing holiday with your boys or a holiday in your tucked away mansion up north?
Listen, regardless of what people may think, I am a family man. I haven't spent much time at home at all, which is to my eternal discredit. But I'd love to go for a golfing holiday wherever, whenever with my boys and you, perhaps.
Okay, so a golfing holiday over your mansion up north?
Yeah, it's not a mansion, it's a little hut, which is where you went wrong.
Your house up north or a golfing holiday?
A golfing holiday, but I have to say, and this is not just being a clever answer, near my hut up north is also a golf course in Ranikhet. So
Oh
you can do both.
wow, there you go. Wow, yeah, there you go.
And I just went there and I played golf with my older son who joined me there.
Wow, there you go. So you get the best of both worlds. That's what happens when you're very rich. You get the best of everything.
Only you know that.
One thing you're personally looking forward to buying next.
Ooh. It's strange. And I've got to give you my first answer to that, my first thought. I actually feel I don't need anything on this earth. And, as a household as well, we're actually trying to reduce everything. Just reduce.
Okay, but one thing you're looking forward to buying next. What would you like to buy?
From very big, a nice new car, to very small or relatively small.
Which car would you want? What car do you want?
Just any old SUV. Because, one likes to sort of enter and exit a car, not, sort of dip into and somehow creak out of a car. So I'm brand agnostic. But what else would I like?
Yeah. Are you really? Oh, okay,
yeah.
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come to that. I'll come to that in a minute. Anyway,
I'll drive whatever you give me, I'll wear whatever you give me. And but what else? I perhaps, I don't know, perhaps a new driver, as in golf.
Oh, there you go. A new golfing driver and obviously a new car for Charu Sharma. The next question
that's like a dream, but it doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about the car.
Two leagues have been successful in India. Lalit Modi launched the IPL in 2008. Charu Sharma launched the PKL in 2014. What do both of them have in common? What is the one thing they both have in common?
Tremendous popularity.
Yeah, Charu, yeah. This guy's so cool, he doesn't even need Instagram. So cool.
Well, I mean, those are my honest answers. I think the other thing that it's done, perhaps that should be answer number one, is that they both have been extremely beneficial for the players of the sport.
Yeah, and then you've done a great job with it. I know you don't get the credit and you don't like to talk too much about it, but you obviously have done a phenomenal job to give the less privileged a chance to become, a very popular figures in our country. So well done, Charu. The next question: since you have such a close insight within, your close circle, can you give your verdict on which of the Mahindra cars is the best to drive?
Well, whichever one you present me, but
Since you wanted a new car,
Yeah, thank you. I do think the new XUV 700 top end is a very, very good car.
You've driven it, or you have it, or?
No, I've only been driven in it. And I've driven, and some friends of mine have it. I don't have it. And they've said, well, why don't you drive it for a while? And I haven't.
Okay. Friends and family.
Friends and some family. Yeah.
You couldn't get away, Charles. You can't get away.
Sorry.
With obviously you've traveled insane amounts by an aeroplane. So would you rather, if you had a choice with your magic wand, would you rather revive Jet Airways or Kingfisher Airlines?
Excuse me, about 15 minutes ago, you asked me about my 2008 involvement with the IPL in Bangalore. And you have the temerity to ask me whether I want Kingfisher, revived? Are you kidding? Jeez, come on. Jet Airways. Jet.
Oh, God. The most underrated Indian sportsman in your eyes today is?
Ooh. That's a tough one. A current sportsman? Or
yeah, let's go current because we are well versed with sport.
Ooh, that's a really tough one. Man.
Anyone?
Yeah. Gosh.
Come on. Anyone? Fine. There's so many.
Yeah, I know. Underrated as in not popular, not known.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
but
that.
just incredible results, incredible feats that people don't often talk about. Or one achievement.
You've got me on this one. Man, you've got me on this one because there's so many in my brain's racing.
Come on, just one. The most underrated sportsman today in India.
Ooh.
You know so many sportsmen, Charu.
I know, that's why I'm confused.
Yeah, you know everybody. So, but I've not heard one name.
Because there are 50 in my mind.
Let's go for it. Go. Let's go with 3. Go. That was like 30 minutes, 30 question show.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're like 23 minutes in, and you've got like 10 questions there.
Okay. One of our archers.
Who?
Maybe Deepika Kumari.
Okay. Deepika Kumari. And that's your final answer?
Final as in what? I don't have too much of a choice. One, that's it.
I'll take Deepika Kumari. I should learn a lot more about her. And if you're saying that, I will try and do my research. Okay. Charu, being a visionary, in your opinion, do you see our Prime Minister making that 400-seat goal in the next 3 months? In July, we'll be sitting there with that 400-seat goal with the BJP.
I'd love to quote one favorite sentence by a philosopher I don't know the name of. And that quote, I use it often, says, whereof I do not know, thereof I do not speak. However, since politics is not my, not my field at all, I will take the liberty of saying that no, 400 is too large a figure. Okay,
fair enough. Only time will tell. If you're at a Wimbledon ball, formal dinner with your best suit on, and you found a hair in your soup, would you tell the waiter and send it back or keep it to the side?
I will certainly call for the help, those who are waiting on me, and say, excuse me, would you mind changing this, please? But very politely, not making a big fuss.
Fair enough. Typical Charu Sharma style. Who will have the better World Cup in the USA? One second. Who will have the better World Cup in the USA? Rishabh Pant or Sanju Samson?
Rishabh Pant.
And the follow-up question to that is, do you think KL Rahul should have been picked?
He had a good chance, but I don't think they needed a wicket-keeping batsman. Or I don't think they needed a batsman who can keep. Sorry, but they needed a wicket-keeper who could bat fairly well. Okay. Yeah, so I think Rishabh Pant ticks that box. The reason I feel that he will do better at the World Cup because he's going to play in the opening 11 more often than Sanju. So if Sanju's not going to play, how is he going to start?
Should he play over? You think he should? So that's your.
Well, I think they should certainly make him play a match or two just to make sure that he's ready
Yeah,
for in case Rishabh sadly, God
yeah,
forbid, gets injured. You can't sort of push Sanju into a match
yeah,
right at the end saying, well, now you
yeah,
star. So they
yeah,
should try and mix it up between the
yeah,
two of them. The differential is that Rishabh bats in the middle order, so it's easier to fit him there than Sanju, who plays in the top order, where there
yeah,
are other people who will begin.
yeah,
So it's really
yeah,
complicated.
yeah. What would you tell your younger self to do differently in life? What would you have done? The one thing you would have done different in life, apart from the Royal Challengers thing. One thing you could have done differently to your younger
Well, to maybe try and be a little more ambitious
self.
because
you
I've
achieved
been
you
many
achieved a
things.
lot, Charu. You achieved a lot. I
Well,
mean,
that's just
really.
and if, when people say this themselves, you got to sort of take it with a pinch of salt ordinarily. But I cross my heart and I tell you that I am many things, very few things. But one thing I'm not and never have been is ambitious.
Wow. There you go. Truth comes out on Chai with Raja, Charu. There you go. That's what.
No, I've just been a child of great fortune. Things have come, whatever has come. Some
Yeah.
people say, Charu, you're a little stupid. You could have done so much more. You could have. I said, no, no, hey, hang on. I'm very happy with whatever's gone on in my life. Truly.
There you go. India won 7 medals in the last Olympics. Given what you've seen, and obviously you've seen a number of sports in the last few years, you a multi-sport, presenter. Um, would you predict that this coming Olympics will have more medals than we had in the last one in Paris?
Very difficult because only the best of the best are at the Olympics as well as
Yeah.
world championships. And we might think our standards are improving, but the rest of the world is improving as well. So,
In a nutshell,
in a nutshell, I would be the happiest to be proved wrong, but I
yeah.
don't see too many more medals
Wow. So less
yet.
than 7, 7 or less.
Well, 7 is a very good figure.
Do you think public speaking? Last few questions, Charu. We're almost done with the
Take
show.
your
Well
time.
done.
Yeah.
Do you think public speaking should be made a mandatory class in all schools?
It should certainly be given a lot more prominence. I'll tell you why. Not just to speak better, but to have the confidence to speak at all. Because learning is one thing, knowing is one thing, knowledge is one thing, but not to be able to express yourself accurately is a big problem. And communication is
Yeah.
my word. If you can't communicate accurately, you don't even know yourself whether you know, leave alone convincing other people that you know. So yes is the answer.
Bangalore Political Action Committee seems to be another great cause that you're part of over the years. But is it intentional that you do a lot privately and publicize very little, even though you are a public figure?
I am a bit of a maverick, I must admit, and I certainly had a hand in the early formation of the BPAC, but I haven't done too much with it thereafter because I've just been traveling so much on my sport. So I've been a bit of a letdown to myself for not doing enough with BPAC. I admit and I apologize. But yeah, I'm very happy with my own company. I'm very happy to have nobody know me. I'm not doing what I do to be known. I'm doing what I do because it comes to me, and I like to do what I do if I do it well. So this terrible word called fame or publicity it's just a hazard of occupation. I don't seek it at all. I'm very happy to be leading a very quiet private life. And if nobody ever recognizes anything I do or recognizes me at all, that's fine, Pura.
That's why you're class, Charu. That's why I admire you for so many things. But which sport would you choose for your grandkids not to play professionally?
In India,
Yeah, anything. I mean, yeah, in India. That's fine. I mean, like,
football.
I'm guessing they'll be Indian, right?
Well, there could be half. Who knows? Both my boys are refusing to get married. What can I say? Um,
Go
football.
for it.
Football.
Not to play football professionally.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just not going to get them too far. Maybe in your lifetime, like I said, but not in mine.
One living person you'd like to have breakfast with who you've never met before.
Ooh, that's asking.
Go for it. Go for it, Charu.
Ooh. Well, we'll have a conversation on this privately later. But
Okay, last question,
publicly,
Charu.
Yeah,
You
no,
want to
that's
you want to say a name? You want to say a name? You can say a name. You can
I'll
say
take a name. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna take a
okay,
name.
go for it.
I don't know. Barack Obama. Why are you laughing? Hey, come on.
I'm just guessing that's one of the few answers you're thinking of, but I'll move on. The
The
last
other answer is
question
privately later.
Now you've seen a bit of Chai with Raja. You've been great. Thank you so much for being on the show. But which two guests would you like to see on Chai with Raja next?
Anywhere in the
Remember,
world?
yeah,
Global?
remember I've done a lot of tennis, so
Yeah. So not tennis then.
you can say tennis. I'll just tell you if they've been on or not.
I want you to talk to Neeraj Chopra.
Neeraj Chopra. And?
Yes. I mean, what he's done for India just is ridiculously
mind-blowing.
good.
Mind-blowing. Yeah. And?
And I would like you to also chat with somebody who needs Purav Raja. You know, I mean,
Neeraj definitely doesn't need me, but thanks so much.
No,
Very
but
kind of
so
you.
somebody who needs you. Neeraj may not. Neeraj and Purav, the Neeraj and Purav show. But apart from him, some
Who
other
needs me? Who needs me, Charu? Who needs Deepika Kumari?
other Indian sporting icon who
Deepika
has.
Kumari.
There you go. See, oh, you're a smart guy after all. Well, if not Deepika, then some high achieving Indian sports person who people are not paying enough attention to. They need you, Purav. You know what I mean?
Name it. You name it, and I'll reach out to them. Charu Sharma, thank you so much for joining me on Chai with Raja. You are really special, and thanks so much for being on.
Purav, as I told you, your only fault, you're too generous. But thank you.
Thanks. You're the man. Thank you so much, Charu.
Good
Thanks
luck,
for being
buddy.
on.
All the best.
Guys.
And let's have
Thank
that
you so
cup of
much
tea soon.
Thanks so much. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining me on Chai with Raja. See you next week. I'm with the legend, Charu Sharma. It's been a great show. I've really enjoyed it. See you guys.